Hello. Once again, we are back on a Saturday playing Slay the Princess. I'm currently messing with some OBS settings real quick. I think I have fixed the double sound issue from the last time, so we're going to run through and see if I have truly fixed that or if I definitely don't know what I'm doing. So yeah, we're going to get started in just a moment. I'm going to go make sure that my audio settings for this are okay, because I also know that the voice acting was a little quiet last time. So once I get that figured out, maybe, come on, we will start the game. Hold on. Voice volume all the way up, almost. Okay. Did turn the music down some, just so that we can hear what's going on. If it will let me fix this, there we go. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and switch on over if my game capture will start. Come on now. Truly not a stream with me if we don't have technical issues. Oh, have you seen through the entire game already? No, I have not. That is the goal in all of this. Right now we are working for full completion of the entire game with like all of the cutscenes and endings. So this is where we are right now with that. Last stream, we got the entire top row knocked out, and so that's where we're standing there. However, I know we have some scenes to go back and do in that regard, some stuff that we missed. And then this entire bottom row, we have not gotten very far at all. So yeah, we've only gotten 4 from the bottom row, I think. So the last one I left off on. I'm trying to remember what we ended with. I believe that we did, yes, it was the prisoner, and then that's how we got this lovely lady, the gray. So we did that, and I also learned about autosaves last time. Might be able to, yeah, absolutely. If you have any tips and tricks for how to proceed going forward with this, I am all ears, because I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I make dumb decisions. That's how we learned about autosaves last time, because I had to go back because I clicked the wrong thing and it kind of messed stuff up. So yeah, for this next one, we're in the middle of, this is run 3, question mark? I don't actually know, I've lost count. I think this is the 3rd time around. So I think this one I'm gonna see what branching paths I can get off of the damsel, because I think somebody talked about last week that there's another ghost that you can get from killing the damsel. So I think that's what I'm gonna start with. And then we'll go from there and just see what happens. Actually, let me make sure that I have the double audio thing fixed. There we go. Load game. Okay, and that's where we ended off last time.
You're on a path in the woods.
Oh, that's loud. I turned that all the way up and that was a mistake because it's loud. Okay, there we go. In the basement of that cabin is a princess. Yes,
You're
we know.
here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
So the ones that I've completed are all the ones that are on the memory script. Well, not completed. The ones that I have gotten and I'm working on the cutscenes for. There are only, I think, like 2 that I've completed all the way. End of the world, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
How can a princess be locked away in a basement and be a danger to the world? Okay. In my first stream, I did go through all of the dialogue options. I mentioned that last time. So on the initial, like, hero and the princess things, I will usually not go through all of them. I don't actually know if it affects the story or not. I hadn't considered that. Okay, we're just gonna go
Then I
with
guess
that.
we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed.
Already doomed because I've already decided I'm going in with no knife and befriending the princess.
Oh sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Proceed to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Not gonna need it.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
I see we have more paranoid love in the chat. It is my favorite voice, and I will stand by that decision. He's the best. Okay, hi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors.
I'm not the stranger.
Please,
that's a different
come
vessel.
downstairs.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Let's talk a bit first. Start catching up on the chat. Okay, so the beginning text, that's good to know because I keep skipping the beginning text and I keep being worried that I'm like missing things because I keep skipping through it because I've already done it all. Any specific routes in mind? Yep, right now I'm going for the damsel because in my first run I did the damsel and then just did the full like pacifist, we ran off together and the world ended. And this one I'm gonna do the damsel and see what happens when I kill her.
Okay.
The first person. I still want to know the answer to that question. Sent here to slay you. You're apparently supposed to end the world. Ooh, that's also a possibility because I started that one the last time. We're not doing this one, but the next time loop, we may be keeping her locked away. I don't know. There are some options. We've got some stuff to get through today. Sorry, I just can't trust you. Shoot the knife. I can't believe they're keeping you down here. Examine the chains.
Only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
Keeping her locked away. Oh no, I have to get the nightmare again because there's more cutscenes I need for that one, but the nightmare scares me so bad. But then we get the paranoid, so that might be a chance I'm willing to take.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
If there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas? I'm going to check upstairs. Maybe there's a key lying around up there. If not, maybe I can at least find something to break you through. I know she's going to gnaw through her
some way to
arm.
break the chains?
There's no
Or if that
pretense.
doesn't work,
We don't need
I
to
guess
have
we
the
can always cut me
discussion.
out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here? Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to.
Oh.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising
Noise.
her arm to
Every
her
time
mouth,
it gets
her
me.
teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save the princess.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
Yeah, I'm trying to glance at chat here and there. Sometimes I don't catch everything just because I have it up on my setup is actually just a laptop, so I don't have like a second monitor, so I read it on my phone whenever I glance over. So I apologize if you type something and I don't get to it immediately because I don't. I'm like trying to split my attention between the screen and then the chat.
Wait, This isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Fine, warn her.
Stop that.
Ooh, does it do something different
Someone's
if you
come over
slay
you,
her
hasn't
at
it?
this stage?
You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it! Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Just
The blade! Move the blade!
don't tell me what to do.
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't.
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
No, you're not.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she?
Favorite princess so far. I really liked the adversary was really cool, and the witch was very, very cool. So was the stranger. I think those are my top 3 at the moment.
Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her blade work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
So sorry, continues to stab.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right?
Oswald.
Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark. And you die.
Still waiting for that t-shirt. The damsel. Alright, so we're killing her.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
Yep, okay. Getting a terrible sense of
Terrible
deja vu.
sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to... Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
The last time I did this route, I said it sounds like Laszlo Cravensworth from What We Do in the Shadows. He sounds like Matt Berry.
Our beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the 4 of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
For what reason do I not skip? I still like to hear some of the like other voice lines because I know that the like the voice of the hero and the narrator stay the same in between, but I do like hearing the different stuff that comes up with the different voices from time to time, so I don't like to skip like the entire thing just for the sake of still getting to hear all the funny, goofy voice acting that goes into all the different voices.
We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. Sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
Like that. I think it's funny.
What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
This is more than just deja vu. I'm pretty sure this whole thing has happened.
We could go back and forth on this forever, and it won't get you any closer to doing your job and saving the world. So let's just agree to disagree.
Assume I'm telling the truth.
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if, let's say for a moment, that if you're back here, you were the one who did us in, villain.
This is true.
Well, not you in the literal sense, but you did everything you could to stop us from rescuing her. Oh, I wonder why. Maybe it's because the entire world was at stake. No lone princess is worth that price. I beg to differ. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm just going to take a deep breath and assume that whoever is making the decisions here has the common sense to ignore your protestations. Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the...
We don't have consequences.
Of course there weren't any consequences.
Time loop theory.
You forced the princess to kill us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything just like I told you she would? She would never. She's a perfect angel that you cruelly imprisoned as part of some convoluted, dastardly scheme. Convoluted? I don't know how this premise could be any more simple.
It is a bit convoluted.
Princess bad, stop her, save everyone.
Save
That's
her.
right.
I'm
You can't
not.
stop
I'm
all
planning
of
on
us.
killing her.
We're going to sweep her off her feet if it's the last thing anyone does. Are these really the sorts of people you'd like to align yourself with? You're not at the cabin yet. You still have plenty of time to reflect on the situation. I just hope for all our sakes that you make the right call.
Proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her.
Yep.
Don't believe a word she says.
We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in.
I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice.
I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed.
What princess are you going for? I haven't decided yet. Last time, I did one of the prisoner routes, and I think that got to the, what's the scary, like, cat monster thing, and she ate me. Don't remember what that one was called. But there was another option that was being explored where, we just left her there. And I considered doing that the last time, and I kind of want to see what comes from that. So we may go prisoner and then that route again after this one.
Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Proceed to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
The beast root, that's what it is. I don't know how I forgot that, but yeah, that's what we did last time.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Say anything? We know that the mirror doesn't exist. Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcome, but
stupid.
It's still a
Hold on.
stone basement.
That was dumb. That was dumb. Load. Autosaves. Okay, wait. I didn't think I was going to be doing this early in the stream. Okay, you will lose unsaved progress. Okay. I forgot that I had to grab the blade this time. Okay.
You take the blade
now
from
I got the
table.
knife. Now we can go in the
It will be
basement.
difficult
That was
to
my
slay
bad,
the
y'all.
princess and save the world without a weapon.
I suppose if we're to play the role of dashing knight, we need an equally
Hopefully it doesn't put her on edge, and hopefully it doesn't get turned on us again. There's no use arguing over motivations right now. It's good that you took the blade. You'll need it to do your job.
You got too wrapped up in befriending the princess. Okay, enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight. But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Oh, I could have still killed her without... Whoops. Okay, we know that for next time.
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already.
Can hear the bells. Well,
I've held my tongue
don't you
till
hear
now,
'em
but you're
chime?
taking this a little too far.
Sorry, I'll stop
We barely
singing
even
Hairspray.
know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just
But it's a love
remember
story.
that her charms are all part of the manipulation.
It says it on the title card.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
You know she can't hear you, right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
I mean, we certainly are when we're running up the stairs, trying to escape.
And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
That's right, villain, and you killed us.
Well, she killed us.
Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her?
You killed me last time and it hurt a lot. Why did you do that? I have to cut you out again. I really didn't get... True, I did not care for it the last time. Yep.
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
Not a thought. Yep, not a thought behind those eyes.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done.
That's not how that works.
What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird?
She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel.
No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behaviour and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
You know, you make some compelling points. Where's the button?
This path is already worn by travel,
Oh?
and has been seen by one of my many eyes. You cannot walk it again. Change your course.
What?
Wait, what?
I did not know that was a thing that could happen. Wait, what? Okay, wait, I have not slayed the damsel, but it's not letting me slay the damsel. What do you mean? I guess
No,
I'm rescuing the
I can't
princess.
let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? Yes.
Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
You wouldn't.
I don't know what I did. I hit the button to slay the princess and she straight up said no.
I would.
I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed.
Better to stay in the cabin. Okay, we'll try that.
Can't
I don't know
believe
what
it.
happened. I have not
guess I
slayed
have
the
to.
damsel, and I don't know what I did wrong.
I told you. There's no life more
That was
worth living
strange.
than
I didn't
of
know
a
that it would
true
block you from
believer.
doing things. I mean, I guess we are getting up there in how many times I've replayed certain things. Maybe because it's a different version of the gray, and since I've already gotten it this run, maybe I need to do it on the next run. That's the only logical conclusion that I can come to.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh. Are you sure you want to do this? Just one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade is buried in her back, and everyone out there is saved. Is that a threat?
You know what we'll do if you try it.
You're going to regret this.
What do we do now?
Okay, what did you want to do?
Let me guess.
End the world.
Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone
Stab.
who has
Stab, stab,
never
stab,
felt
stab.
love in his heart.
Stab.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection. And then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
You could do this for 4 other vessels. Ooh, interesting. You to tell me what you want. There must be something you want. Do you want to end the world?
Are you seriously asking her
Yes,
that?
I am.
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
No, not particularly, darling. No, I don't want to end the world. I have no feelings about the world.
The princess's eyes quiver as she waits for your response.
I don't want to end the world? I don't want to end the world.
She's clearly just saying what she thinks you want to hear.
Yeah, she is, isn't she? Or she's innocent. How could a beauty like her be capable of ending the world? It's not rational.
There must be something you want.
I just want to make you happy.
Oh my god, the eyes keep getting bigger.
I just want to make you happy.
What the heck? Okay, clearly something is happening here and I'm very scared. What if we just don't do anything? What if we just stay here, nobody gets hurt, and we'll figure out a way to be happy? But what would make you happy?
Make you happy?
Oh, she just keeps getting worse.
Is it just me, or does it feel like we're alone right now? Like we're the only ones here?
Oh. Oops.
No! She was our perfect match! She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
Okay, this may just turn into the damsel stream, because I may go back and see if I can...
Why is it here?
Go and get
Why
the other
now?
option for that, because now I'm curious. You're scared? Okay, trust me,
It feels
you're
so
always
bad.
scared.
Look, yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll see.
At the end, whatever's on the other side.
She'll be there waiting for us. I just know it.
You know, he's technically not incorrect. Approach the mirror. You've withered. It was the doing nothing option. What? As I said, this may just become the damsel stream because I do want to go back and see what that does, assuming that it doesn't block me from picking that again, because it doesn't like vessel repeats, apparently. So yeah, once I finish this whole thing in the long quiet, then I will probably, and I'll skip this time since we just went through it, do the damsel route again, and then go back through to that point and see where we can get from there, if it will let me.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again.
You're kidding. That can't be his name.
All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
You can't be a contradiction. Contradictions don't exist. How can you stand to be a contradiction? Doesn't matter how many times I go back, at least one of us always gets hurt.
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
I think it makes me like you more. I don't know what that says about me. No, not really. It seems so distant as soon as I'm near you. I have no opinion one way or the other. It doesn't matter. Oh, on the matter. I can't read. I just want it all to stop. Yes, you're torturing me and I hate it. I think I hate you.
It says that your heart is gentle, that even in the darkness you are guided by compassion.
You can't be a contradiction. It said that already. Or something to that effect. What do you think of this vessel?
This one is a reflecting pool of desire unfulfilled. She will make for a pliant heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose. We will know when we near our destination. If that remains your choice when all is said and done, then you may try. But know that I do not wish you harm, even if you attempt to destroy me.
Okay. I'm ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Okay, here in the princess. Alright, so we've got two options. We either
You're on a path
go back
in the woods,
Okay, yes,
and
I
at
know.
the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay, we can either go back and do the damsel to the point where that choice happened and try to get the other ending, or we flip over to do another prisoner run and do the other route on the prisoner that I was looking at the last time that we did not do, because the other one took us to the beast route. I'm kind of leaning towards alternating. We do prisoner and then go back to damsel and go back and forth. Actually, while we're sitting here, that's not the right screen. Let's look at memories real quick. Okay. Razor. Haven't covered a bunch with her yet, and I don't even remember how to get there. Damsel. Still got several there. Just changing. Still a lot to do with the beast. How did I get the beast route from the prisoner? That was the one, she's the prisoner, and she said that she didn't want us to cut her out to hand over the knife. And I did not hand over the knife. I went to... I clicked the option for us to cut her out, and it didn't end well. So we've actually got two on that because we didn't do the one... I didn't do the one for give her the knife, and I didn't do the one for just leave her in the basement. So we've actually got two options there. Yeah, I think we're going to go prisoner and explore our options there, and then after that we'll flip back to damsel and do that last ending just to throw some variety in there.
You're here to slay her. If you don't...
Although I really can't be saying anything about variety considering I've been replaying the same game for like 4 or 5 weeks. Okay. Viva la revolution. Okay, continue silently to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Proceed to the cabin. So yeah, on this one, I don't know...
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
So then I guess we're gonna do this and then I'll give her the knife, maybe?
The blade is...
Yep. Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. The door to the base...
Just checking on you.
It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Oh.
How about you drop the knife, and the two of us just... talk?
There are also avenues with the adversary that I haven't explored yet, so we may do some of that today as well.
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to... The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands, and drops to the floor with an unceremonious.
Thank you.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous? Ending the world seems like an awful lot for just one person to do. I wouldn't even know where to start.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
Correct.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less.
Talked enough.
Oh? Have you decided what to do with me?
Yeah, it's fine though. It's not like I'm rushing through it. I'm just going through and trying to enjoy the game, so I'm not really in any rush to complete it. I mean, I'm gonna stream until I finish it, obviously, but I mean, even if that takes quite a while, we did an entire year where Pertuzit played nothing but Assassin's Creed, and the guys have been playing Umineko for 2 years, so we're we're kind of known for being in it for the long haul.
You know why you're here.
I'm getting you out of here.
Oh, you have to be kidding me. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
There isn't a key. Do you have any ideas?
Well,
If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Although I will say, if this series becomes anything like Pertuzit trying to play all of the Assassin's Creed games, there may come a point where I decide there is a sense of urgency and I don't want to do this anymore, so then we may get a little quicker with getting through things.
Is someone else here?
We're not quite to that point yet, though.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save the princess.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are
Yeah,
too
yeah,
high. As
you're
the
gonna
princess
stab her in the
approaches
back, I
bottom
know.
stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What happens if I hit slay the princess at this point? Because I actually don't know, because I've always done the, like, warn her, because I've only done this through, like, the damsel and then the prisoner routes, but I don't know what happens when you slay her at this stage. We'll warn her for right now.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it! Stop resisting me! I am trying to get you out of here alive.
Now I'm curious. Oh, it won't let me resist. Because I've already done the prisoner this time. Crap. Okay. Alright, so I guess I am slaying the I guess we find out what happens now if I slay the princess at this stage, because it's not gonna let me resist. Oh, now we're getting into the fun
Swing your
mechanics
arm
of
towards her
trying
throat,
not
the
to
blade
repeat
singing
things
through
and
the
how the
air.
game puts protections in there.
But she's ready for it. She grabs your arm, her grip like a stone vice. You drop the blade, pathetically. She lets go, and faster than you can react, rears back and hits you with a bone-shattering haymaker.
Adversary, tower, and nightmare. Interesting. Okay. There's a
There's
lot I
ringing in
haven't
your
covered
ears.
on the
You're fairly
adversary, so
certain you can
that
feel
might be
bone
the
grinding
vibe.
against bone where she fractured your jaw, but your body isn't allowing you to feel much right now, adrenaline coursing through your system and numbing your nerves. You fall to your knees. You're barely able to bring your trembling arms up to defend yourself before she hits you again. Every blow is as punishing as the first. You feel bones shatter with every impact, unknown ruptures blossoming with blood somewhere inside of you.
I feel like we're gonna get the tower, because this seems really, really similar to the last time that I got the tower.
You poor thing. I'll go ahead and put you out of your misery.
She places a confident heel on your chest and pushes you down to the ground. Her knee falls to your throat, your windpipe crushed beneath a weight you didn't think her slight form could possibly possess.
I mean, slight or not, she is a full body kneeling on top of your windpipe.
It can't just end like this, right? I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark.
And you die. The tower! Okay, yep, we are back at the tower. So, last time,
You're on a
I got the
path
tower.
in the woods, and at the end...
Hold, please. Where are you? Tower. Okay. So we submitted last time. That's what it was. Okay. So this time I am not going to submit to the tower. And we will see what happens.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Ooh, go to the tower, don't take the blade, but resist. Okay, interesting. Sure, we'll see what happens. Wait, hasn't this already happened?
Or if he doesn't remember what... You know I can... What does it matter what he knows? There's nothing we can do to stop her. She's just
Poor
going to
Broken.
kill us again. She is not going to kill you unless you let her. But slaying the princess and saving the world is going to be much more difficult than it has to be if you spend the whole time second-guessing yourself.
I'm just gonna proceed to the cabin. We've seen most of this dialogue recently.
Before you go any further.
Take the blade and fight back no matter what. That sounds like a plan, because I didn't do that last time. Last time we just listened to the broken and just submitted immediately. I don't even think I took the knife in.
She says. We might as well just pledge ourselves to her and stop pretending we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us.
You're just a big ol' ray of sunshine, ain't you?
Can we tone down the pessimism? I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic. You're being annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that would be for everyone, yourself included. I agree. If she's wrongfully imprisoned, then we should rescue her, but if he's telling the truth, we shouldn't just hand her the world on a silver platter. Rescue her? Given the stakes of the situation, there isn't really a difference between rescuing her and pledging yourself to her. Either would be terrible. So please try to ignore both of those knuckleheads and focus on saving the world. Let's not make this harder than it has to be. If that's what you want, I guess I don't have a say here. The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest. The only furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Did take the blade down, and then just ended up submitting anyway. I don't remember, because all of these are beginning to run together.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Why do we feel so small? We don't feel small. We are small.
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase, its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease. This is actually kind of nice. It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Every time.
Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
Don't tell me what to do.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her.
Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there.
It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, so then maybe next time we don't tell her that she's gonna end the world. Because I don't believe I've done that yet.
Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond. The princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall. The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants. You brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless. Such charming audacity. Drop it.
Nope.
As if on command, the blade slips from your grasp.
Shit.
It clatters uselessly to the floor. But we didn't drop it. We decided to grip it tighter, remember? Are you really just going to let that happen to us? I have a duty to report facts as facts, and the fact is that you dropped the blade. Of course we dropped it. She's so much more than us. You wouldn't understand what it feels like to be in her presence. Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
Kneel. Oh, are you still trying to defy me? I said kneel.
Your legs buckle, and your knees hit the floor.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk? The last time we met, you told me I was destined to end the world. That thought wrapped itself around my heart. It has pulled at me since the moment I squeezed the life out of your broken lungs. I could feel its fundamental truth awaken me. The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new, and the world as it is now is overdue for alterations. It's time for me to seize my destiny, and you, little bird, will help me seize it.
Well, that gives away the game, doesn't it? It certainly does. And beyond that, it more than lends credence to our conversation in the woods. I don't love the thought that in some other reality you failed to destroy her, but what's done is done. I can only hope it helped you learn a valuable lesson. You are the only one who can deal with her, and if you don't, well, she's let you know what will happen, hasn't she? Then you shouldn't have trusted us with her destruction. She is inevitable. Can't you feel it? He's being melodramatic, but he's not exactly wrong, is he? What are we supposed to do to stop her? Okay, first things first, you're going to have to stuff those pessimistic thoughts someplace far, far away and commit yourself to what needs to be done. The stakes of the situation should be perfectly clear to everyone now. And if you're going to save the world, you have to have faith that you can pull this off. You can't win a battle that you've already lost in your mind.
What would you have me do? What do you have planned? Just because you're supposed to in the world doesn't mean you actually have to do it. You can be whatever you want to be. I have questions for you before I decide anything. What happened to you after I died? I'm not going to help you end the world. I don't care if something new comes after. I just can't let you do that. Yep.
I say, perhaps you need another lesson in submitting to your betters. Pick up that needle.
Do it. It's what she wants.
No objections here.
I don't know what she's planning, and I don't like that we don't know what she's planning, but we might as well pick up the blade. As your eye falls on the blade, you feel a weight. Some divine hand that sits unperceived by your senses, but that manages to push you towards its desires like an unseen puppeteer.
Oh. Wait, I want to read these. Okay, the black on black is not helpful. Why? What are you going to try and make me do with it? I'm going to kill you. You're not kidding about that divine hand. Who's doing this? Is it her? Is it you? No.
You reach forward and grasp the blade.
Stand.
This one's easy. See? This isn't so bad.
Oh, buddy.
Okay, yeah. We can do that. We were probably going to stand anyway.
Hate you. I hate you so much. All of you, stop making me do things. I'm going to kneel here forever.
You can feel a creaking tension between body and will as you slowly rise to your feet, like two foes forced into an unhappy truce. The princess eyes you with soft contemplation. The moment seems to last a lifetime, the silent anticipation of what's to come dragging out the long, painful seconds. But all silences are broken eventually.
To defy me is to claim we stand on level ground. We do not. You are quiet shadow, while I am brilliant radiance. Take that knife in your hand and slit your throat.
Ruh-roh.
What? You don't have to listen to her. You're armed. Just steel your nerves, step forward, and end this. Oh, we'll end this all right.
Yeah, I kind of figured that was what was going to happen.
Your hand lifts the blade and brings it towards your throat. Okay, I apologize for the unclear language. End her.
Okay, wait. Slay yourself, slay the princess. Ooh, okay. See what will happen.
No, you can't just slay yourself. You're perfectly healthy and capable, and all you have to do is ignore her and do what has to be done. The blade and the hand that wields it remain firmly locked in place until you change your mind and decide to do literally anything else.
Look at you quaking against my will. An ant defying a god. It's pointless to resist. In the end, everything submits to oblivion. But you're not the one resisting me, are you? There's something else in there. Is that a person? No, it used to be a person. It's something different now. An echo.
Is she talking about you? That's impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one, aren't you? A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits, trying to control things that it can't understand.
No. What are you talking about?
I don't care what you are. You're mine.
Rest in pieces, narrator.
You bring the blade to your neck. You slice through soft flesh, severing veins and arteries, your blood flowing freely down your body. It's a painful lesson in obedience, but the pain won't last forever. No.
When I see you again, you'll free me from my chains and deliver me to the destiny that lies beyond this place.
We will. I promise.
I know you will.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
The apotheosis is upon us.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path... Oh, let me guess, and at the end of the path is a cabin!
Yay, contrarian!
Excuse me? Come on, man. We can see it right in front of us. And besides, we've been here like, 5 times already? I think this is 3. Who cares? The woods are always the worst part anyway. Nothing ever happens in them.
Listen, man, I don't know what happens to the options. I'm just here for the vibes.
I care. Every single time you've been here, it means an entire other reality has been damned to oblivion. One reality is already an incalculable loss. And there is a massive difference between 3 and 5. Feels like the numbers getting thrown around here are too big not to be abstract. Numbers like 5. Numbers like entire realities. At the end of the day, it's all just silly, isn't it? None of us can count to a whole reality, and he's asking us to think about the difference between 3 and 5. You're already starting to lose the thread. Just because you can't personally sum up the contents of an entire reality doesn't mean that the people inhabiting it don't contain moral value. If you have any sense of ethics left in there, if you have any moral compass, please, you have to stop her. Don't you get it? Might makes right, and she didn't even have to touch us last time to prove her power. So what? Just because she made us kill ourselves, we're supposed to submit to her authority without question? I knew when to surrender to our better. You would have lost eventually anyway, and it would only have made her angry. It would only have made things worse for all of us.
Oh, for the love of... Can you all please just get on with it? You're not making this any easier for yourselves.
Do we even have agency right now? We either do what she wants, or we do what he wants. Either way, we're listening to somebody. Please, nothing in life is a binary. Obviously, we find a third choice that nobody wants.
There you go. That's the rules to live by.
You all talk about choices and freedom, but there is no choice when it comes to the will of a god.
I'm going to cut you off right there. She is not a god, and the more times you fail, the harder it becomes for you to succeed. But the fact that you're still here means you still have a chance to pull this off. So, princess, dangerous, cabin, slay, now.
Okay, so hold on. I have so many questions. I do too, because I have never seen this. I'm not going to the cabin until I have answers. What am I? Head to the cabin, run away, stay where you are. Sorry, I was reading chat. Few final endings that'll require you to make specific choices, like slaying the princess every vessel you meet. Interesting. Or choosing the stranger as your first princess. Ooh. Cool. That is something I have absolutely not explored. I have had no consistency over, like, what my choices have been. I explained last stream, I kind of have a chaotic method of going about this. I kind of remember how I got to the places that I got to, and most of the time I don't know where I am or why I'm there. I'm just here for a good time. Maybe I do need to start adding a little bit of method to my madness, though.
And right now you have neither the time nor the mental acuity to handle a single response. It's now or never. As you finish your inane question,
that's horrifying.
The ground quakes beneath your feet. You feel an unyielding force pulling at you and your surroundings. The trees start to sway and then crumble, breaking apart as everything is drawn towards the cabin. Even the earth beneath you seems to shift, your feet unable to grip solid ground as you're dragged forward along with everything else.
The end of everything. The beginning of something new. The moment we open that door, she will be free.
Any, words of warning? You already know everything you need to know. As you step forward, the cabin explodes. You're flung backwards, violently slamming into a tree as debris rains down around you.
Ooh, witness your better's ascension. Interesting.
You watch in paralyzed
eyes.
awe and terror as the princess
I
emerges,
love it.
her body unfurling from some vast space as she stands upright to face you.
That is such a cool design.
The world bows to her. The ruined landscape shifts, trees and stone and the ground itself succumbing to her gravity, orbiting her like a great black hole.
Finally, the little bird has set me free. This is always how it was going to end. And this is always how it was going to begin.
There's a loud thunk from the tree behind you as something embeds in its shattered bark. Your pristine blade. It's now or never.
Hey, funny one. Didn't you say something about a third option earlier? One that would make everyone unhappy. Oh!
Well, we could always run away, right? To where? I don't know. Anywhere.
You're all ruining the moment of her ascension. Have you no respect for the divine?
I do not. Okay. Take the blade, embrace your new goddess flame. I don't want to flee. I'm thinking take the blade.
With a grim determination, you yank the blade from the trunk. Yeah, this feels right. She doesn't get to just smugly stand over us like we don't matter. Let's take her down a peg.
God, that design is so cool.
You're not going to win. You know that, right? What are you going to do with that tiny blade? Give her a scratch?
Even if that's all we manage, I'd rather go down swinging. See how everything's floating around her? I bet we could make it if we just jumped really hard. You gather yourself, closing your eyes and shutting out the towering vision of the princess. There is only her and you. That's all there ever was. It's time to face her.
Charge into oblivion.
You launch yourself towards the princess. The pull of her gravity catches you, carrying you across the ground into the violent swirl of her orbit.
Such defiance even now. Do it then. Show me what you think it takes to end that which is destined to end everything.
Don't you see how hopeless this is? She fears nothing.
That's right, she doesn't! So she has no idea what she's in for. With a heavy thump, you land on her chest. It's now or never. We've come this far. Let's take it home. You strike, but her skin is like steel. Though you stab at her again and again, the wounds are superficial, mere etchings in a sprawling surface.
You see? It was always pointless. All this has done is bring us close to her. And how beautiful it is to be so close.
It's not pointless, it can't be. We wouldn't be here if there wasn't some hope we could succeed.
Is that all?
The princess plucks you from her chest, pinching the scruff of your neck delicately between two fingers as she brings you to eye level.
I forgive you your transgressions, but my destiny is inescapable.
It's inevitable.
She thinks she's so much better than us. There has to be something else we can do. We're not going out like this.
He offered us forgiveness. You would turn down such an incredible gift. You would turn away from her glory for something as petty as pride.
Ooh. Yes.
Yes!
Yes.
Let's give her something to remember us by. You concentrate your will to a fine point and hurl your blade at the princess's eye. It flies through the night sky
And then nothing. She could never be harmed by...
It pierces her cornea. She howls, recoiling in pain, and you fall from her distracted hand. You hit the ground with a painful thud. She narrowly misses you as she comes crashing down to her knees.
So I've misread you. You are not the willful key that will turn the lock of my liberation. You are an enemy to be smitten by my hand.
The princess holds up her monumental hand, its glowing palm radiating a blinding light. It grows and grows until it's all you can see. And then you erupt, your very soul mere kindling to her light. The inferno incinerates everything that is you, and with it... No, that's not right. Why is it hot? I'm not supposed to be able to feel anything. Oh no. Oh no.
You leave me no other choice. Suffer for the crime you have committed against my divine body. Damnation will purify us both.
There's nothing... words. There's nothing left to burn. Yet still you persist amid a world unraveled.
It's cold now, and I feel small. I thought I was everything. But I'm no better than you, am I?
So many arms. You do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns. Silence as you approach. The voices have all burned away. Oh, my friends. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've unraveled. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You are at the cabin.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know it. It doesn't matter if there are. People are too small for us. You and I are the only things that interest me. This one sits at the cusp of awakening, a new god waiting to be born. She will make for a terrifying and divine heart. Do not mourn her, for she has finally found her light. No, their minds are empty, existent, but constantly shifting into something new. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
He does. I don't know why, but I know this is a fact.
There's no need for you to know what you are going to do before you do it. If you find him, remember that I'll be waiting for you on the other side. 1. Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular, a final multitude. The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are.
We have one more before this run is over.
I will be here, waiting for you.
Everything goes dark, and you die. I don't know what I want to do for this one now. Bring the apotheosis to her. Okay.
You're on a path.
Yep. Back to the memories. Alright. Apotheosis. To struggle and fail against the divine is to welcome it into your heart. Interesting. Angels and demons are cut from the same cloth. It's best to not deny a proud being. Trying to think of what. Okay. There was only one more for the stranger, so I don't want to do the stranger again right now. Prisoner, it wouldn't let me get to the prisoner again. Damsel, it's probably not going to let me do the damsel again. For the same reason as the prisoner. The witch. Okay, so I didn't get super far in the witch, so that's an option. Oh, the nightmare. Okay, there's still several things. Okay, get shoved into a bottle. Oh, I don't like it. The nightmare scares the ever-loving Jesus out of me. I don't like her. She scares me, and she makes me cry. Okay, the specter. Provoke a spirit. Interesting, we have not done that. I just did, so she's probably not gonna be again. Adversary, I haven't completed a lot on adversary, so that might be an option. Stop buzzing, phone. I can't move you because I'm looking at things on it. Okay. What are you? You don't need the world for your happy ending. There's only one left for this, too. Ooh, I haven't even thought to look here. Okay. I thought you said she wasn't armed. Ooh. Get her to break her own chains. Always leave a means of easy egress. Okay. Razor. And see, I don't remember how I got to most of these. Because I think I also have some stuff left with the razor. Yeah, because I've only done the razor once. And I don't remember how to get to her. Huh. Okay. Okay.
You're here to sleep.
Yeah, we're skipping. To the cabin. Proceed to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin, the blade is...
Alright. Going through my brain, trying to remember what all I've done and how I got there. I'm taking the blade. Yes.
You take the blade from the table. The door to the basement creaks open.
Yep.
Good.
Continue down the stairs.
You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's focused on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Are you sure she's not armed?
I'm positive.
I'm not.
But we'll keep our eyes peeled. If she has a weapon, she'll have to draw it before she can use it.
Hesitating? Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with each other?
Okay, I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
You stare at the princess, squinting. She squints back.
The two of you are gonna do this forever, aren't you?
You squint even harder.
Haven't done this one before.
So does she.
At least nobody's dying right now.
You're going to have to make a choice. You can't keep squinting forever. Eventually, someone is going to have to blink.
That's what you think.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are, What an awkward start to a relationship. Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
Okay. Just because I don't know what's gonna happen.
You charge the princess, blade in hand, but unfortunately your earlier suspicions proved correct. A blade of her own
Yes,
slips
that's
down
what
her
I was
sleeve and
trying to
catches you
get.
in the neck.
Okay. I had a hunch that that might be how I get it. Alright.
Blood sprays from the cut, your severed carotid artery painting the princess with strokes of red. You'd better finish your task quickly
Not seen this
before
one
you
yet.
run out of time.
Perfect. Finish the job.
With the last bit of your will, you press forward, sinking the blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh,
The two of you collapse on the floor together, rapidly bleeding out.
somehow, I thought this would turn out a little differently. But I wonder, do you really think that this was enough to stop me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die. But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark.
And you die. The razor! Okay. This worked out better than I thought it was going to.
You're on a path in the... You're here to
I'm getting deja vu. Did I already slay the princess? Sure, she also killed me, but I definitely got
I
her.
can assure you that you didn't slay her and that she didn't kill you. People don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting for the very first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
This whole thing's a crock of shit. She's just going to pull a knife out of nowhere and stab us again.
Stabbed to death? Well, you won't have to worry about that. The princess is unarmed.
That's what you
Yeah,
think.
that's exactly what you told us last time. When we asked you if you were sure she didn't have a weapon on her, you said you were positive she didn't. But it turns out she did, because when we charged her, she started stabbing us to death.
Calm down. I assure you she has no weapons, so there's no reason to fear her. You were made for this job. You'll do just fine. A warning. She will...
He couldn't be more on the money. But we're really doing this, aren't we? I'd say you're lost, but I'm stuck here with you.
We know what to look out for this time. We know to be careful.
Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
Proceed to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
It feels a bit better to have a weapon in our hands. Let's make her hurt for what she's done to us.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs. The fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall. The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood. And you can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down below. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favour.
That's right, scraping. I told you she has something, I told you.
That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. I am begging you to get out of your head. Her grating voice carries up the stairs.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
There is something so wrong with that voice.
Yeah, she thinks she's better than us, like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the room. I wonder if she remembers us.
Finally, somebody! Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but she can't hide that threatening edge to her voice. She just wants us to get close, to let our guard down.
If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here. You are armed, after all.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
If I come close to you, you're just going to stab me, aren't you? I know you have a knife. I'll let you out of here if you drop it. I'd like to trust you, but you're being so suspicious. Can we just talk things through? I don't have the key.
Of course I won't.
It's a bad idea.
Against your better judgment, you walk across the room to within arm's reach of the princess.
I don't like the way you said
Within arm's reach, you hear the horrible sound of metal slicing through meat.
whose meat? Not ours, right?
Hers, at first, then yours. Your neck, specifically.
Again? Really?
Quite literally.
Hehe.
You collapse to the ground, your vision swimming as you attempt to focus on her bloody blade and the limp sack of flesh that was once her arm.
You're going to die now.
And with a quick jerk of her elbow, she does just that. Everything goes dark,
And you die. The arms race. Get it? Arms.
You're on a path in the woods.
No, fuck that. If we're gonna have to keep doing this over and over and over again, we're not starting in that goddamn woods every time. We're starting in the fucking cabin.
You're what? The interior of the cabin is sharp, a constricting mess of curved and battered sheet metal pushing you towards... Wait, excuse me? What just happened? What did you just do? I feel dizzy.
Oh ho ho ho! I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I? Isn't that interesting? Who holds the cards now?
The circle's getting smaller and smaller. Running
Dude.
isn't an option anymore. We have to fight.
What's the point of fighting if she's just going to win every time? It hurts being sliced to pieces. We're better off just sitting up here and doing nothing.
Great, so obviously you've already been here. How many times?
This is our third?
No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realise that every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world is damned to destruction, right?
That can't be right. That's too much responsibility.
I couldn't agree more. We couldn't be trusted with the fate of a single person, let alone the fate of the world.
Let's just stay focused, shall we? The only furniture of note is a bent metal table, a pristine blade perched.
We take it.
Okay, sure, you take the blade before letting me finish telling you it's there. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. This feels right. We just have to keep our senses sharp.
That ain't the only thing here that's sharp.
That's right, we've got to be able to win eventually.
And what if we never do?
So, are you just going to stand there, or are you going to head to the basement like you're supposed to?
I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to get down there?
You walk through the door. You do know what doors are, right? There isn't a door, there's just that mirror. There isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't even see reality anymore. I can feel the air coming up from behind it, stinking of iron and steel. He might be right. Could be a trick. If our other senses can't feel it, then we can't trust it. You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You really must think you're looking at a mirror. Well, it doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open it.
Let's just move it out of the way without looking. I don't want to see us. I'm sure we all look awful after dying twice.
Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care.
Or broken.
Reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. It creaks open.
And the mirror's gone.
How surprising.
It was never there. Just an illusion.
Guess it's time for us to see her again.
Just stay focused and you'll be fine. You step forward, but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are smooth and flat and metallic, an unintentional and unfortunately slippery ramp that quickly sends you skittering to the bottom.
Your body tumbles onto the basement floor and the form of the princess comes into view, standing at a distance. She gives you a wry smile.
Hi, it looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore. But don't worry about how bad you did last time. That's part of the fun.
Fun for her, maybe. I didn't like dying all over again.
Thinking about dying makes us as good as dead. The only thing that matters is survival.
Actually, does survival matter? We've died twice and nothing bad has come of it. We just need to find a way to win once.
Nothing bad has come of it yet.
Plenty bad has come of it. You've left at least one entire world to ruin.
The people there mattered. The past isn't real. There's only here and now.
Your internal bickering is cut short by the wet sound of slicing meat.
Ugh.
From the princess's arms
no.
erupt twin blades, glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves. She's loose, and she is coming for you.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Shit. She's coming for us and I'm out of ideas.
Seriously, we're going to appeal to her authority. Puff her up a little bit. There's no reason we can't talk this out. Oh, it's easy. I'm gonna try flirting with her. She has swords for arms, and we don't. We're panicking. We're going to fight her, and we're going to have a stiff upper lip about it. She can't hurt us if we don't let ourselves feel it. She wins by killing us, right? So let's beat her to it. Oh! All of these ideas suck. Come up with something better. Okay, wait. We're fighting her, obviously. Wait. This is really funny. Okay, I'm so torn because all of these are horrible but amazing.
No, that's a terrible idea.
It's a really funny idea.
We're dead either way.
Screw it, we've already died twice.
What's
a
a third?
A third is a third. It's bad. Who cares?
Fine. You raise your blade above your head.
Oh, it's so not funny, but it's so dumb.
Oh, this is new. What are you going to do? Are you really going to stab yourself? Neat.
Then you skewer yourself.
Ow.
That was an idea.
Are we still here? Can we not actually off ourselves? Boo! Huh, that didn't do much of anything. We're tougher than I thought. Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die? Nah, we'd know if we died. You're on a... No, you're in a... Where the hell are you?
I think we're dead, and that's all we'll ever be.
Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely not dead. This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here?
This is 4.
No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances. Okay, whatever we do gets us another... us. Let's see how many we can stack. There's got to be a point where it makes us better than her.
You know, I like that logic.
As long as we keep moving.
Oh, great. So it's going to get even more crowded. Even more deluded voices that think we might stand any kind of chance.
Who cares about getting better than her? Let's do something weird.
Like really weird.
Really weird.
Hell yeah, I'm here for it.
Come on, show me something new.
Something new, you say? We're fighting her, obviously. We're going to appeal to her authority. Oh, that's easy. I'm flirting with her. Okay, same. That's something new. It doesn't work. She kills you again and again and again. Oops.
Compliment her on those gleaming blades. There's nothing better than a capable woman.
She skewers you.
You're cute.
Well, there's more of us.
It's a love story.
Let's see if that helps. We just have to hit her harder.
She skewers you.
You'll have to be trickier than that.
Just panic! Flee!
Paranoid, my beloved.
She skewers you.
No, you don't get to escape. That's not how this works.
Do you see that? We almost had her.
That was luck.
But we only have to get lucky once.
True.
She's going to kill this body either way. So stop feeling what it feels. She skewers you.
Ooh, not bad. Real tough.
It doesn't matter how many times this takes, we can't give up.
Okay, let's go again.
Let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't tried that.
I'm sure she'll listen to reason. She skewers you.
See? We're getting better.
Okay, yeah. That was a good one.
None of this is working. Think.
She skewers you.
We're getting close to something, can't you feel it?
One last time. You're right. One last time, that's all we need. And then everything goes dark, and you die.
Ooh, mutually assured destruction. I have not seen this one.
Your Honor, don't lose your head. We're in a cabin and we'll take it from here.
Everything feels like it finally fits, doesn't it? We're up here, which is different, and different is good. And our steel claw is already in our hand.
Ho-ho! What if we throw it out the window?
Nope, I've done that. I'm not doing that again.
Over my dead body.
That won't be very hard. We've died a lot. But I can't say I mind anymore.
Besides, what better way to die so very many times than at the sharp hands of a beautiful woman?
I'm sure I can think of a better way to die. They're all the same, really.
Dang, gang's really all here.
How about we stop thinking about horrible ways to die?
Paranoid.
I don't want us to accidentally manifest anything.
The only thing we're gonna manifest is finally ending up on top. There are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here?
This isn't good. This is...
How about you stick to describing things, and we'll stick to doing them?
Yeah, leave it to the pros. We'll notch up that win in no time.
Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final encounter with our star-crossed lover.
Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only...
It's more of a slide? Fine, I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along.
Are you sure you don't want me to describe the stairs? Or this room, or anything? It feels like I'm hardly a part of this.
Don't care, just want to win.
Fine. You make your way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together. But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that. I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it?
Not particularly.
I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it though. Just you wait. And not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now.
Are you going to say what she does? Do you want me to talk now? Well, yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing.
Yeah, me too.
I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you describe her new thing.
Really? Okay then.
Here we go. Now.
The princess's skin twists, splitting into red blooms of raw meat as it stretches and tears. And then she becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls. All that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades. A heart beats furiously in its cage of a chest.
Are you ready for what comes next?
Holy shit!
She's gorgeous.
Absolutely divine.
Yeah, that's a word.
Yes, behold the perfect woman.
Do you think
We can throw her out the window.
Okay, yeah, Contrarian's got the right idea.
That looked painful. How is she still alive? Heart's still beating, that's all she needs. This is fake. This is all fake. That's all just made up. She doesn't even have a back anymore. How are we supposed to stab her in it?
This is all just a sick joke. I hate existing.
We're screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget it.
All right,
What
Do you
just
mind?
happened?
It's so quiet.
Oh, him too.
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once.
You do not act, and yet through that inaction, your body moves on its own. The princess strikes you as you approach, but her blow finishes its arc. You're already somewhere else.
You're incredible.
Your weapons clash again and again, you and her entering a rhythm free of thought and free of self. There is only the dance, the ebb and flow, the shifting of tides back and forth between you. You fall into your play. The faster your hearts pound, the faster your momentum volleys between you. An endlessly building crescendo, and then an opening. Your blade strikes free of volition, and hers strikes too. You both strikes are lethal. Neither of you will survive, but neither of you fear what's to come. This is a good ending. You do not get to see each other die, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns. You do so. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach toward the glass. It's time for you to see what's in it. You are nothing at all. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze, and then you see it, a figure, faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection.
I think you know what I am.
A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever meet you. If I'd ever get to see you. What are you? Are you something like me? If you're not me, then what are you? I have so many questions for you. Does it hurt when pieces of you break off like that? I'm sorry, I don't want to destroy you. Will it help if I look away or stop asking questions? I wasn't supposed to see all this, was
You were
I?
either going to have seen all this, or you weren't going to have seen all this. This is worse, but you still have an opportunity to save the world. You can still slay her. She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. Like I said, this isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone. You were made to do this single task, and you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone. Yes, you will, but it will all be worth it.
You already know what you are. You are the Long Quiet, a vast and nascent god. It is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Proceed to the cabin one last time. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
Missed you too. She unfurls an endless cascade of smiles in response, and then patiently waits for you to continue.
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
If you were always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked if all of them would have led to this moment?
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
A boundless torrent of blades cut you from boundless angles. You are a body. You are gory ribbons. You are a body again. And you feel all of it. On it goes until your bodies are not your thoughts, are not you. Alive, dead, alive, dead, then alive and dead all at once. You learn to put yourself away, and in your stillness you rose above me. You died countless steely deaths, and you lived countless short lives, and yet it is all so far behind you. I pushed you to a greatness you never would have reached without me.
I did rise far above you, and I am far above you still. I will destroy you now as I destroyed you then. Address this vessel statement directly. Appeal to your shared humanity.
Oh, is it not? Perhaps you can enlighten me.
You are weightless and alone, suspended in the gravity of an idea too good, but you did not
I didn't
go
mean to click.
quietly.
Oops.
You spat in the eye of that which would claim godhood, and through that defiance, you bound us both together. Without me, there are no externalities to resist. And without you to resist me, there can be no externalities. It is struggle that carves meaning into consciousness.
Even when you became a shadow of a god, one good shot was all it took to bring you crashing down. I'm continuing to appeal to humanity. This has always just been about us. Two people forced to hurt each other again and again and again, but we don't have to hurt each other anymore.
You cling to your notion of pain as suffering. There is beauty in ugliness, and love in conflict. Your lover tried to stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? Love melted into skepticism, And you pulled back layer after layer after layer, until all you were left with was the knowledge that you did not know me. You sought the truth then. Will you hide from it, now that it is within your grasp?
We are the whole of reality.
I kill you, you kill me. Back and forth we go, faster and faster and faster. I kill you, you kill me. Hollow eyes watch from the dark corners of a forgotten place flooded by emotions left unspoken. The tide rises. I kill you and me. An ending is a passion that can only be expressed with a moment in time. It is a seed for a new beginning. To linger on an ending is to rob it of its life. And without me, all that's left to do is linger.
I could ask you the same. There is only room for one of us to be blind here, and I know it to be you. We are each other's mirrors, and are we not divine?
A web of nerves, lain upon a web of nerves, lain upon a web of nerves. The shade of a beautiful beginning we can never return to. Where did you end and I begin? When you felt what it was to be me, we held on to each other and pierced the veil of truth. Will you abandon that curiosity now that we are no longer joined in physicality?
Why would I stoop to your level when I'm offering you ascension to mine? It's so peaceful here. Beautiful, eternal, but ever-changing.
As the clash between you abates, the princess withdraws, trembling.
You are unmovable. Is it by the design of our conflict that I cannot win? Or are you just that fervent in how you cling to delusion? Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
It's easy to believe in things you believe in when you get to sit above it all. What do you think happens if we leave here? Okay, I'm ready, but how do we leave? I never wanted to fight you, but how do we leave? I can't let that happen. I can't let everything die. I have to fight for a better world. I'm so sorry. You are cruelty itself. I cannot let you exist. I don't know what the answer is, but there has to be something else. It can't be this. I won't kill you, but I won't let you be free. You've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep dismissing mine. If you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you.
What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
Which hero are you? You have no idea how good it is to hear you.
It's good to be here. Seems like you've been doing alright on your own, but she's too many things at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get past all that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready? Then let's go. And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it? Do you need me to describe things?
I'd like that for old time's sake. Is it just you and me? Did anyone else make it to the cabin? Is the narrator really gone?
Yeah, of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin, yeah? There isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door. And some windows.
I've always had a soft spot for the voice of the hero. Just because he's the one constant other than the narrator. And I think he genuinely does want to do what's best.
There's no mirror, either. I think you broke it. And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south, we're going to need that blade.
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
That's probably for the best. It's always seemed to give us more options than not. The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
I don't know what you want for us.
She sounded just like that. Timid and gentle. Only she didn't know us. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
What's that knife for? Have you changed your mind? Are you going to kill me? What if we just talk for a bit? Maybe we can figure this out.
I don't want to be a god. Are you the same as you are out there? I don't want to hurt anyone. There has to be a way out of this. What are we going to do? I don't want to have to slay you, but I don't know what other options there are. I'm sorry.
Maybe this doesn't have to end just yet. Maybe there never even has to be an ending. I'm able to do the things you believe me to be able to do. So make me put it all back. Help me fix the Echo's construct and make us both forget. Help me send us back to the beginning, before we woke up, before either of us saw the truth.
Can she really do that? Are you sure that's what you want?
What would resetting it... what would resetting it do anything to help them? People out there. If you continue to exist, then they won't... And I can't read. If you continue to exist, then they don't... Then don't they continue to die and suffer? I'm so sorry, y'all. I don't want to forget you. We're going to find ourselves back here eventually. If we're talking about this now, how do we know we haven't done this before? This isn't fair. I want to be with you. I don't want to be alone again. Is there any other way? I take it all back. I don't want this, and I don't want to kill you. Is it too late to go back to being a god? Okay, let's do it. Sorry.
I don't want to forget you either. But unless we do this, you'll have to choose, right now, between me and everyone else. If you can believe this helps them, then it will help them, right? And when we do, we'll make the same choice. We'll choose to forget, and we'll reset everything, again. Maybe we have done all of this before. Maybe we're supposed to do this forever.
Don't you want to know that things won't end worse? What if when I make my way back here I'm different and I hurt you? What if I kill you? What if I let you bring about the end of everything?
None of that will happen, because you'll still be you, and I'll still be me. I know because it doesn't matter how many times we've hurt each other. I've never stopped caring about you. And if you feel the same, then everything is going to be okay. But you won't be alone for long. I'll be right here, waiting for you.
Okay, if this is your choice, then we're doing it. I guess I'll see you on the other side. She takes the blade from our hand. She raises her gentle eyes to ours, a fondness in her gaze.
Everything is going to be okay. I love you.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh, we're really back at the beginning. Huh. Oh, I love it. Okay. So considering all of that, let's go back to this screen. Okay. Where is the razor? Did we... Okay. Got a couple more on there. And I did see through her eyes at the end of everything. Let me see if I got... Because that's part of what I was doing. I think that's all dependent on the end, right? Yes. See through her eyes at the end of everything. Cool. Okay. See who's... Alright. Oh, so that means there's only one left on the wild. Separate before ending it all. So yeah, almost completed the wild. Gray. Ooh. Cool, cool, cool. Apotheosis. See through her eyes at the end of everything. Awesome. Still got the one ending left there. End of everything. And I have two more left on here. Because, yeah, that was the one that I was hoping to get. I thought you said she wasn't armed. Get her to break her own chains. Always leave a means of... I don't know how to get these two. That may be the mission for next time. Because I think since we've looped back around to the beginning, this may be where we leave it for now. So we're going to go ahead and save here. Empty slot. So that is the one that we're going to come back to next time. Oh, if my screen doesn't freeze. Why is everything frozen? I broke my stream. There we go. Okay, I have not broken my stream. So yeah, that's it for this week. Thank you guys for joining me. Next week, and I hope that I remember this next week, it was mentioned in chat. Let me look, scroll up. So yeah, I think I'm going to try to run where I leave on every second chapter just to see if I got the ending, because I've gotten the, like, quote-unquote real ending where I just slay her and I stay in eternity forever, so I've done that. I have not gotten the one where I run away continuously. So that may be the mission for next time. If you like this and you want to see more of it, I try to do these every Saturday that I'm available. I have a little bit of a weirder schedule than the guys, but Saturday is my day and Saturday is Slay the Princess. So I will hopefully be back next week, barring complications, to continue playing. If you want to check out more Nat One Plays or Nat One Podcast, the guys are going to be streaming Umineko tomorrow. They stream every Sunday and Thursday for that, and then Pertuzit streams on Tuesdays. I know last week he played Zenless Zone Zero. I'm not sure what he's playing this week. I don't know if he's continuing with that or not. But yeah, keep an eye out for when we stream. We have a pretty regular streaming schedule, and then once we get into February, the podcast will be coming back. So definitely that is something to look forward to. We've got a couple new game shows coming for you guys and a couple new things that we're going to be trying out in the new year. So thank you guys for joining me. I will see you